Okay, so this video is going to guide you through the process of checking out an equipment item to a student. So for students that have worked with us before, this is going to be a little bit different. We used to check out the items through Alma, just kind of how we check them out like a book. But we're going to start using our equipment module to actually perform the checkout of items. So before you're watching this video, you want to make sure that you've already watched the video on how to reserve an equipment item, because that's actually the first step in checking something out, is to set up a reservation. So we'll kind of just have a pretend scenario here. So right now it's 2:24 on Friday afternoon, and if I had a student that came up to the desk and said, I want to check out an iPad for the next 2 hours, what you would need to do is go ahead and go in through the public-facing equipment reservation module from the website and enter the equipment booking for that item for the next 2 hours. So if it's 2:24, you would say starting at 2:30 and ending at 4:30. And so I've actually already done that. I've gone through the process of reserving both the iPad and its charging cable. So that's the first step, is to make sure that the reservation is placed. So then you're going to want to get out of the public system entirely, and there is a shortcut on the desktop of the computer, and it should say LibCal website, and that's the sort of behind the scenes part of the equipment module. So as you see in the training manual, when you open up that link, you're going to be asked to log in with a shared password. So this is different than Alma, where you all have your own unique passwords. For this, you need to use the shared password, where the email is library@usd.edu. Enter the password. That's okay. All right, so you'll see when you log in, you're going to be on a home screen here, and it says that your student account, shared account, has access to LibCal. So I'm going to go ahead and click there on LibCal. And then what you're going to want to do from this screen is go up to equipment. And then you can see here that you'll have this checkout option available. And there's a little number 2 there, which means you have 2 items that have been reserved that are available to be checked out. So once you click there, you'll see, okay, here's those 2 reservations that were made for the iPad and for the charging cable. It's got a nice little note here just to remind you, if you're checking out an iPad, to make sure that you're giving the borrower the passcode to unlock it. But what you can go ahead and do is mark the item for checkout. And this is nice too, if the student has already placed the reservation ahead of time and is just ready to come check out the item, then obviously you don't have to do the reservation part. You'll just come in here to the login module, and you'll see the reservations there. But so we're going to mark these 2 items for checkout, and go ahead and click down here, and the item is checked out. So that's really all you need to do. You don't need to use Alma at all. It'll keep keep record of what's checked out through this system. If for some reason they did want to swap an item, that's an option here. I won't go through that. If that ever comes up, you can talk to me or your supervisor about that. But that is how you would check out an item. So go check something in. We'll pretend that 2 hours have passed, but you'll see all the items that are due within the time window specified. And then to check them in, all you have to do is click the buttons and check in. And again, it gives you, a little note to remember that there's a procedure for what you need to do when an item's checked in. And that's really all there is to it. It's pretty simple because all the barcodes are saved within the system. There's no worrying about scanning barcodes or anything like that. So, and then of course once you're done, you can go ahead and click log out. But you can also just keep this module open in case you have another transaction later during your shift.